My name is Ellie Thompson. I am 9 years old and I am from the Country Hearts 4-H Club in Kansas. We recently moved to Spokane, Washington. I'm going to be making pancake muffins. Pancake muffins are muffins made to taste like pancakes. So you bake them in a mini muffin pan, but there are ingredients used for pancakes. I got this recipe from Taste Bud's Kitchen while they were giving out free summer cooking lessons. The utensils and pans you will need a mini muffin tin with cupcake liners, 2 medium bowls, a wooden spoon, a whisk, and a cupcake scoop, a mini cupcake scoop. The ingredients you'll need: 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Now, how you make a pinch? You pour a little salt into your hand. Then, basically, you take a pinch out of your hand and you put it in. Then you stir all your dry ingredients together and you set this bowl aside. You'll preheat the oven to 425 degrees. Now, if you want a softer muffin, preheat it to 375 degrees. This will, because higher heat will make crispier edges. Next, you'll need buttermilk. I mixed 1/4 cup of milk and a half tablespoon of vinegar to make buttermilk, and I whisked it together and let it sit. You'll need the buttermilk, one egg, and a half tablespoon of vanilla. Now you'll whisk all of this together. Now, combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. Set the wet bowl aside and stir these together. Now you'll need to make sure this is fully stirred. Because some of the flour will get stuck on the sides and on the bottom, and so you'll need to work your spoon around the sides. And if you find any flour on the bottom, carefully pull it up with the spoon, scrape it off the bottom with the spoon, and stir it up with the wet ingredients. Once this is partially stirred up, you'll need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Put it in the mixture and stir it up all the way. sure you have the cupcake liners in your mini muffin pan. Now take your mini cupcake scoop and fill your scoop about 2/3 of the way full. Then carefully put it in each cupcake liner. Now, while you're doing this, you can set the Red Bull aside. Now, when you're putting these in, after you're done scooping the batter into the cupcake liners, you will need to put up to 3 tablespoons of chocolate chips on top. If you have leftover batter, which I had the first time I made this, you might want to feel free to pull out another pan and see how much of that you can fill. Once you've filled the entire pan, you'll want to put the 3 tablespoons of chocolate chips on top. Now you can number them, like put a certain amount on each muffin. Sorry. Or you can just pick a small handful and drop how many on there as you want and see what you can do. Now, if you want to, you can also use blueberries for these. Now, they're golden brown on top. Now, when you're done, you let them sit on in the pan for a few minutes, and then you can turn them out onto a cooling rack. Now you set your timer for 8 or 9 minutes. My impromptu question was, what is the typical ingredient used to raise bread products, including muffins, and what are a couple other items you can substitute to raise? My answer was, in my muffins, baking powder is the typical ingredient used to raise the muffins. A few other things you could use to raise your bread or muffins. You could use one more egg white in the recipe than it calls for. This helps to create extra lift in the muffins. Another type of raising ingredient is yeast. This is a common raising ingredient, mostly found in bread. You could also use leaven, another raising agent found in bread. This is the finished product. Thank you.